Hi guys. Well, we had a rough night over here, and apparently Claire had a rough night as well recently, a similar one. Well, Fresh sleeps here in my room. He has a bed over there. I've probably shown it to you guys before, and he usually sleeps like really soundly through the night. He's a really good dog, and he just like sleeps through the night, and he like waits, and like either he's asleep when when I wake up, or he's just like laying there in bed waiting for me to wake up. He's a really good dog. And last night I like heard something in the middle of the night, and I immediately thought of like the reptilian that like was walking up and down the stairs. And so I was like, is that the reptilian again? And yeah, how could we forget? And so I woke up and I was like, is that something on this level or something on another level? And I was like, I think it's Fresh underneath of my bed. And so I checked his bed and I was like, yeah, he's not under his bed. And then you know, I went down like that, upside down, and looked, and he was underneath my bed. And I was like, Fresh, what are you doing? It was like 5 in the morning, I think. And so I got out of bed and I was like, he's obviously was scared of something. That's why he went underneath my bed. And I got him out from underneath my bed because he does that when he's scared. He's done that since he was a puppy. He's done that since he was a puppy. He's gone underneath like the bed or the couch when he gets really scared. There he is barking. Um, who is it? Hold on. Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, anyway, back to the story. Gigi's like, I'm so sorry that I interrupted the story, guys. Okay. So Fresh wasn't feeling well. And so I took him out. I thought maybe he just like, had stomach pains and had to like, do like a 5 a.m. poopy or something. And I took him out and he did go out to go potty. But he was very uncomfortable. And so his stomach was like making all kinds of noises. So I got him some treats, but like he wouldn't get out of my arms. Like he wouldn't. And Fresh is like I described how he sleeps like every night. He's like chilling on his bed. He's like happy man on his bed by himself, and he would not get out of my arms. He never acts like that. He like was on my lap like cuddling me. Like I laid down next to his bed. I like brought a pillow over and a blanket and I laid down next to his bed and I tried to calm him down. And he like crawled under the blanket with me. He got off of his bed and crawled under the blanket with me. I've never seen him that scared before in his life. He was really, really scared. Then he went under the bed again, and I was like, "Okay, okay, Fresh, I'll." And I got him out from under the bed again, and I picked him up, and I was just like, "Let's just sleep in my bed tonight, Fresh." And then he was fine, but it was at least a couple. It had to have been a couple hours of that, of him being really, really upset, and they were trying to initiate him to Egypt, and my family, I already said that my family is not like that. We're Mayan, and that's why Fresh was like freaking out. And apparently, Claire's dog has been acting the same way. And yesterday, Krista said um, that she hears my dad screaming on the loudspeaker, and that he was screaming that if you take all the dogs to Egypt, I'll destroy the dog's energy before they even get to Egypt. And yeah, and it's not like that I don't not believe Krista. It's just like, it's been like constant this year. It's been freaking constant all year. Like, I have like pretty much something to talk about every single day that's like mystical and supernatural and literally insane to the normal world. So it's been extremely consistent, this year. Like there's not really a day that goes by that like something literally completely unbelievable is happening. And we know that there are lies told sometimes too. So it's not that I think that Krista would be lying to me, but it's like sometimes we are told lies. Sometimes we do lie to ourselves. And um so anyway, when she said that last yesterday morning, and then Fresh got extremely scared yesterday night, and he was seeing stuff. I don't know what he was seeing, but he was definitely seeing stuff because his eyes were like flying around, and I was just like, "Oh my God, Fresh!" Like, he. And so anyway, I was like, "Wow, Brandon definitely was saying that. He was definitely saying that this morning." Um, I was like, "Yeah, okay, that was real. That was real." And we kind of got to be like that because like there's so many lies being told now. Like you guys are like telling Chris Evans like, you know, he's going to have to sleep with his audience and like of all of his movies and stuff like that. And like what's your problem? You know what I mean? Like what is your fucking problem? Like leave Chris Evans alone. Like that's what we're talking about when we're talking about lies. Like that was obviously something I heard in telepathy as well this morning, and it's like get it through your heads. We don't work for you. Like, um and like mortals think that the gods work for them, and it's not how it works. And that's what we mean by like we lie to, like that's when we have to like fight back, and like I'm fighting back right now. Like no, He doesn't have to do that. Get it through your head. You're not in charge. I am in charge, right? And it's just like more things going against my will. And there's only one thing, right? There's only one thing. Oh, and that was another thing. When you guys say that there's like, when you agree that like there's 8 billion things on earth, it opens the gates of Egypt. And I think that's, you guys agreed that there was 8 billion things on earth yesterday, didn't you? With the Greg Braden telepathic conversation. So that opened the gates of Egypt. And the Egyptian rites, which are very real. Wow, did you guys see that? Looked like I had like fish gills on my face. Um, so um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but when you say there's one thing, it turns um everything into rainbow bright. So because there's only me, so that gives me access to your cars. And I was seeing like the military turn into rainbow bright specifically. Um, and what else? I saw the military starting to go crazy. I'm extremely tired again this morning because of last night's craziness, if you can't tell. But um, I saw the military starting to go crazy because you're not agreeing with me, and you do have to agree with me. And you keep saying lies like, "Oh no, you don't have to agree with her." Yes, you do. Um, oh yeah, and then so I had a dream when we finally fell asleep. Oh, and they said, "Here comes your vision quest." So, because it usually comes around this time of year, so we don't really know what the holdup is. But I did hear, "Here comes your vision quest." So we'll see. Again, like I'm kind of like iffy about everything I hear and stuff nowadays. Um, but I had a dream where they were like dressing fresh up in lingerie, and obviously it was making Fresh very uncomfortable. And I'm talking about my little dog. And then there was parents in a back room in my house that doesn't exist in this house, but it existed in whatever level that was, and they were the culprits that were they were saying like, "Oh, Fresh is just so easy to make fun of," and they were like trying to make fun of my little dog. Again, this leads to real life enactment when you do things as jokes and you think it's funny to make fun of the queen and her court. It leads to real life consequences, is what I'm going to say. And so I dealt with those parents. And let me see anything else. Oh yeah, and she was really tall, so I think she was a Deep Space Nine mom, and she kind of looked like Linda Lee. And she was a doll as well. So she was a doll. She didn't have any energy. Um, I think that's it.